I have Magus waiting for us, but where in the world is Magus in chat? Hello, everybody. It's another Friday night. Hope everybody had a good week and have fun plans for the weekend. Celina told me she's going to have a lot of fun this weekend with work. She's like, yay! But we got the full moon coming up, and so how perfect a night to have the moon goddess herself, Celina, essence of the moon, with me. And yeah, we had Labor Day weekend. I mean, this past weekend, like I guess a little bit of a short week for some of us. And
yeah, it was short for me.
So, as like always, how was your week? What do you want to share? Anything?
My week has been hectic, as I was just telling you backstage. I've been busy working. I think last week I did 67 hours. And then school. I've been busy with school, and then doing my lives with Bobby, and then trying to get my unboxings done. And, just that's life.
And then Darla keeps me busy. Darla.
Yep. But my best friend came in from Georgia, and her and I had a great time. We've been best friends for like almost 20 years. So it's been, even though she moved from Ohio to Georgia, I moved from Ohio to Texas and then Pennsylvania. We still, meet up and keep in contact and do little trips together and stuff like that. Like last year we did Nashville, which was really fun. Very hot, but very fun. And it was us and like 3 other friends. So we had like a girls' night for like 4 days. Yeah. And that was really fun. So yeah, but it was good to see my best friend. And that just been busy with work and school and all that other stuff. And yeah.
And I got a word from my friend Denise, who's been living here in Oregon for quite some time. She was actually my supervisor for a while at the animal shelter where I had gotten my Lilu. And after we left and went to New Hampshire and then, to New York, she ended up going and moving around a bit in Oregon, where she's been in Eugene now for a while. She made plans. She's coming down the 20th of this month, and we haven't seen each other in almost 20 years. It's been about 18 years. So yeah, 2007 was, so I'm so excited to have an actual, physical friend coming to see me, especially when I haven't seen in so long. So
yeah, and then Star, the Wild Witch, and I, we're going to get together again on the 27th. There's like another witchy event happening in Pittsburgh.
Oh, how fun.
So we're going to be dressing up and, of course, again, and then we're just going to go shopping, and I'm going to vlog it as well, videotape it, and her and I are just going to spend the day together. Huh?
Retail therapy.
I know. So I'm excited to see her again and do like a little vlogging experience again. So yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. You can always tell, she has a good time with you.
Oh my God, we have such a great time. She's a beautiful person. Hi.
Irene is here, Iron Fire Horse, and we also have Faye of the Forest, drinking coffee and watching my favorite streamer.
Oh. What kind of coffee? Are you a black coffee, or do you put like cream and sugar in your coffee? Or do you do like drip or pour over, or what do you do?
Oh my goodness. I know one thing I can't do is black coffee.
No, me either.
Some of that creamer stuff I've had to lay off because
I can only do like vanilla or like the sweet cream type of creamer. That's the only kind I can't do like hazelnut or any of the other like pumpkin spice. Pumpkin spice kills my stomach.
The mocha does now too.
Yeah.
I didn't touch it for a while. And then the one day we were able to get a hold of it, and it was just like a few minutes after my stomach just started cramping.
Gurgling, cramping.
Oh, yep.
She likes milk and also vanilla coffee. Yay!
Yep. There we go. I never put sugar in my coffee. I always like sugar in my tea, but not my coffee.
I don't either, because the creamer is already naturally sweet, so I don't feel like the need to add any more sugar unless I don't have any creamer. Then I do add like the sugar in the raw, and then I'll add like a dash of cinnamon or cardamom in my coffee.
And Irene says brown sugar and 18% cream for me.
Nice.
Ooh, never heard brown sugar. Interesting.
Yeah, that's like almost like similar to Mexican coffee called café de olla.
Ooh, say that again. That sounds so sexy.
It's called It's called Café de Olla, which
Oh,
is what I do for my ancestors in the morning.
yeah.
Hmm.
They say it's one of the romantic languages, the love languages, the
Hmm.
Italian and the thing.
Anything like
Oh,
Latin. Yeah.
mm-hmm. Well, I
But
can't
yeah,
forget
I
the
like the
French, but
vanilla.
still, yeah,
Yeah.
vanilla. Well, for me, not vanilla so much. It was the mocha creamer, but now it's just like, now just give me plain milk and, you know, that'll be. And Irene says, it really does sound sexy. And
Um,
oh, Tom's here.
Speaking of Tom, we need to get together. You don't have like an email address or anything on your YouTube channel, so I have no way to get a hold of you. We need to go over our decks. I already went over and reviewed my decks, and I already dropped the video today, but I want to still do a video with you, Tom, on
Oh,
the
that'll be
Baphomet
epic.
deck. And then I got word that Travis told me himself today that the Baphomet, or no, the Lilith deck is going to be dropped or released in 2 weeks on Kickstarter, and it should be shipping in January. Because I was like, oh, so it's going to ship like in the summertime? And he goes, no, in January. So I got word. Oh, I got your email address, Tom. Thank you.
There we go. I was going
But
to
yeah,
say
we
I
need to
can
get
give it to you,
together
but
and go
yeah.
over our decks, because they're. Please tell me you've already reviewed your deck, because it's gorgeous. I mean, you got it way before I did. Yeah.
He goes, yeah. He says, I'm excited for the
Me too.
Lilith.
It's going to be a green deck and a black deck. Because I asked him if it was going to be a color deck, and he said green. One's green, one's black. So I'm excited about the green one. I'm wondering what that's going to look like.
So stay tuned. Make sure, people, you subscribe to Celina's channel
Yep.
and Tom's if you want. Tom, he takes his time posting videos, but when he does, they're actually very good. So, Tom, I hope you plan on doing
Yeah,
some more.
he recently, like a month ago, did the Daniel Diaz deck, and I have two of his decks that I'm going to be unboxing today.
And see, speaking of Lilith, I
Hi,
don't know if you
Kristen.
heard that, Kristen Louise, but they're talking about a Lilith deck that's coming out. And what's
We are
the author's name again?
Travis McHenry. So the guy that did the Baphomet deck, he's releasing Lilith on Kickstarter in 2 weeks, and it's going to
And
be a green deck and a black one. So similar to the red and the black for the Baphomet, but it's going to be green and black. And that should be
fantastic.
shipping in January, he said.
Ooh. So
I heard it from the horse's mouth today.
there you go.
Yeah.
And Tom says, but yes, we will do something soon. So that
Yes.
sounds like a lot of fun. And Irene says, anyone here use a Thoth deck? Just curious.
I don't. Tom,
I
maybe?
don't either. Tom does. But Irene, if you want to hold on to that question for next Friday, now I have to get a hold of you, Tom, because I did hear from Allison earlier today through text. I don't know if she will be joining me next Friday, but either or, I'm sure you're still going to be able to join, and that could be something that we could discuss. So I will be in touch because, yeah, Tom definitely uses the Thoth deck, and he would be able to. That would be the great show to be able to ask him when he's with me, to talk about that because Tom knows, the Thoth inside and out, right, Tom? So, and Louise says, Kristen Louise says, yes, I can't wait. Doubt I can afford it back it on Kickstarter, but we'll eventually get it. And Irene says, seems guys use them more.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
Interesting. I had
Mm-hmm.
a deck originally. That was like one of my first decks, but because I learned back in the day some stuff about Crowley that completely scared me and just freaked me out and just crapped me out and stuff. I was like, nope, I don't want this deck. That but years later, come to this past year with Tom and everybody talking about certain aspects of the deck and of Crowley himself, I'm starting to kind of slowly get back into like, I do kind of miss that deck and the art and everything.
Yeah.
So
So for me, I couldn't get into Patrick Valenza's art in the beginning, but now, like in the past, I don't know, maybe a couple of years, I've actually have learned to appreciate his art and actually like
mhm.
it. Like I see it differently. So I try not to like disregard something right away because I don't mesh with it right away. I feel like I will eventually, I feel like I will warm up to it.
Hi,
Hey,
Carolina.
Carolina. So yeah, but I
So
do like his
next,
stuff. Like I was just shuffling his Triunfi de la Luna tarot, and I love that deck. I love the images. I love just the way it shuffles, the energy from the deck. I think the whole thing is just gorgeous. Yeah.
and Celina's been releasing a lot of videos, and I saw that you have a couple upcoming more to
I do,
share.
yes. I have a book review coming out on a couple days on Mexican Magic, and then I have a VR that I'm doing in a couple days after that. So, and then I have another deck that I'll be either recording tonight or tomorrow. It's the Daniel Martin Diaz, two of his decks, like an Oracle and a Tarot deck.
I mean, between all these channels, between Carolina's channel, yours, Rochelle's, and then when I see Tom post, it's like all these decks. It's like it's so overwhelming, and I'm like,
It
this
is.
color, that one color, and then this one. I'm just like, oh my god, there's just
And
and
it's
there
been
was.
such a blessing because, US Games sends me decks. So to me, I'm like, I feel like I'm just
Sweet.
really blessed that they do that. And I'm not really spending money except for on Kickstarter. So
Yeah,
I'll
Tom
back up
says
like the smaller or the other company, like the other decks like that.
that's nice to
Yeah.
be able to support ours that way. And
Mm-hmm.
Tom says Trifoni is what got me into the Valenza originally,
Nice.
and that's got his decks too. So, but there was one that I keep Rochelle just released it. It's another I've noticed lately, black and white or two color decks, especially when it's like with ink work, like the one I was mentioning
So
backstage
that's the
that had
Daniel Martin Diaz
the
deck.
the green man on it and stuff. Even though I don't
Mm-hmm.
really resonate with a lot of the art in there, when I saw that I was like, now that is cool. I've been noticing that, and Rochelle did a flip through of another black and white one that looks like it's like an
It's
old
called, I think
time.
it's called Badly, maybe
Yeah, the
Baddley.
badly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was
They
like,
sent me that deck for review. I'm excited to get that one.
and Carolina says he is a fellow Arizonian. David is.
He is, yeah.
Really? And look who's here. Hi,
Oh,
Miss
Miss
Tarot
Tarot
D.
D.
What's up, my sweetheart? Good to see you in chat.
Yes.
No,
How are
no,
you
no,
doing
let's come
today?
full circle. It's Miss Tarot D and Tom, so let the games begin.
I know. How are you doing, Miss Tarot D?
Yes, I
How
know
was
today
your
was
How was your
treatment day.
Friday with everything?
Yeah. And oh, the beautiful pictures from
La
the in
Dominicana.
person. Yes, just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
So, and let's see. Kristen says the only black and white deck that calls to me is the Murder of Crows Tarot. I'll get it someday.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
have that one.
Don't worry, Heather. I
I
won't
won't let
let
her
her
ruin the
ruin this
chat.
chat. Woo! What you
Oh
got now for
man.
that, Miss Tarot D?
I, that sounds like you're being challenged, Miss Tarot D.
That be some fighting words.
Those are fighting words.
So I got my book, so I think I'm going to start working with her. She keeps coming around, and my book came in today. And so far, even though I didn't get too far in it, I think I'm going to have to make well, I already got a space made for her. I do want to get a
Nice.
statue at some point, but I got the Morgan.
Oh, and it's by Courtney Weber. I like her.
Yes, and she came recommended by a woman who's on YouTube, and she says, there's a lot of well-intending people that write books on her that want to kind of more or less focus, maybe try to make it more light or fluffy
Well,
or
she's not light or fluffy.
so she says people have well-meaning trying to give different, but she says Courtney, she goes, she can get behind. And so I was like, okay. And I know Nancy had, and Nancy says she's looked at it a little bit. So I was like, yeah, I'm getting drawn. So my book came in yesterday, and yep, there's Growth, the Green Man. That is so freaking
It's a
cool.
gorgeous deck. And there's also two other cards in here, one that looks like Santa Muerte and one that looks like Hecate. This is such a beautiful oracle deck. Here's,
Oh, that's beautiful. Yep.
yeah,
Santa Muerte.
yep. And then there's, but look at this one though. Who does she look like?
What does she look like? I want to say like Quotal Q. Is that who like maybe you're
That's
thinking
what
of?
I was seeing too.
Or or
Yeah, that's what I was seeing.
Mictecuatl. I'm still trying to
hmm
remember how to pronounce those
And
names properly.
then
And Tom
here,
says, "What? You don't have the murder
I
crow,
I
Celina?"
don't. And then look at that one.
Yep, triple goddess,
Yep.
and Hecate. Yep,
Yeah.
there's the keys.
So this is such a beautiful oracle deck. Yeah, I've already reviewed the images, and I'm I'm blown away by this guy's art. It's flipping phenomenal. He has beautiful work.
And Miss Tarot D says the treatment went well today. Well, that's good to hear.
Good.
And what Heather wants is a statue of me. How
How
flattering.
flattering.
Oh, Miss Tarot D.
I love that. Do I
Actually,
see Rochelle in the chat?
oh my goodness. So chat is jumping. I'm trying to keep
Yeah.
up here. I love all the Courtney Weber books.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see who does it, Miss Tarot. Okay, so we have Shay, Magic with Moonlight. And there's Rochelle. Rochelle was just talking
Hi,
about you a few
Rochelle.
minutes ago. And mentioning the video that you did for the Badly Tarot and how gorgeous. And usually I'm not black and white because I'm an artist. I love color. But lately, like minimalist, black and white, or like my Fyodor Pavlov, which I love. Just a little bit of touches of color here and there. But that video, those cards were beautiful, Rochelle.
I was just showing this one off, Rochelle, the Myth Oracle by Daniel Diaz. Because she was talking about the green man that's in that deck.
That's the only one that I can remember because I've always adored the Green Man and Chandler's a Green Man pendant, and of course, like Tom was saying, just like me being in her trips to the park. So in the park that's here, even though it gets really busy and I can't really connect with spirit or meditate as much as I would like to there because there's just so many people walking through it. There are still moments when you get to certain areas and you can just the fey energy there, the elemental energy there, and I've even kind of like been able to see like a female male nature aspect to couple together in a certain area. And I don't know if that one particular area way back before the park was developed or anything, if there was certain celebrations held for them in that area, or if that is a certain sacred area that was where possibly a certain type of portal or vortex or something. But it's when I get into this one area where I start to feel and kind of start seeing in my mind their presence being there, kind of like watching over it or guarding over it. And so the last time I was in that area, I made sure I left a crystal or a stone for them. So,
hey Tom, I have the colored version. This one.
Ooh. Let's see. Catch back up Earth Magic. Okay, so there was the question. Did you get the color version of Earth Magic?
I mean, look at the Ten of Cups.
Ooh.
It's
a pit deck then.
I mean, beautiful. Look at the Nine of Swords.
Oh, wow. That reminds me of like the, what was that? The Ecstasy of Saint Bernadette or something with all the swords going into her heart. Oh, wow. I like the nature.
Such beautiful, beautiful images. I mean, this guy is incredible.
And Carolina says, can't wait to do DMD Dex video. It's gorgeous.
Oh, the Daniel one? Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. And Rochelle's going to go grab some coffee.
Ooh.
Dinner.
Everybody's getting coffee right now.
Coffee, I know. So
I have water. I almost made coffee and I didn't.
Yeah. I stuck to water tonight because Heather's tummy. I haven't had fast food in a long time. And I thought, I don't feel like cooking on the way home. I'm just going to grab something. I stopped at Wendy's. Fast food. No, not for this girl really anymore. I hear ya.
So you do need the colored one, Tom. The colored one's gorgeous, although the sepia one's also beautiful.
Oh, I love the color sepia.
Yeah.
And Julie is here. Hello,
Hey, Julianne, how
Julie.
are you?
Oh, wow, 14 people. Thank you, everybody, for
Yeah, don't forget to
coming
hit the
by
thumb up,
and
guys.
hanging out. Yes, and all of Celina's links. Oh, excuse me, are listed below. But it was so weird. I tried putting your Amazon link into the description, but every time your link took me to your Amazon, it wouldn't give me the option, the thing to click on to copy link and put in description. That's
Interesting.
the only one that's done that. So
Hmm.
unfortunately, I couldn't put that in there. But
Oh, you're
your other
fine. You're
links
fine.
are in there.
You're
So.
fine.
And Irene says, it's cold tonight. I'm having Ovaltine. Yep,
Ooh, I
the
haven't
hot
had that in
chocolate.
forever. Yeah, I
Yes.
mean, I'm cold too. I have a hoodie on. I have my Bucky's blanket. It's cold where I'm at.
It's currently, what, 95 where I'm at? But next
Yeah.
week it's going to
It
start cooling down. Yay!
yeah.
Because I was
We're
out
like in
today.
the low 70s right now, high 60s.
So if you hear that, that's Mozzie outside my door. Um,
Oh.
oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. If I don't let him in here, he's not going to stop. Come on. You gonna come say hi to everybody?
He has to make an appearance.
Meow. Oh, come
Oh,
here.
Miss Herody, we still have the AC on. That's my husband. He's like super hot and always sweating, and I'm
That's
always
me.
cold with the blanket.
Here we go.
Hey, handsome.
Here we go. Are you happy now?
Oh,
You haven't
hello.
seen Auntie Celina in a while,
Mm-hmm.
have you?
Oh,
No.
look at you, handsome boy.
Hey, hi. Say
Oh my
hi. And
gosh.
he's feeling so plush these days.
He looks
And just,
plush.
oh my goodness. Yes. And he gets us up in the, but tries getting us up at like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, just yowling outside our door wanting breakfast. And you're like, no,
Oh,
you're going to wait till 6:37. But since Ziva passed away, he's become a very different cat.
really?
Vocally, different sounds he's making now. He wants more of our attention. If Shan goes into the bathroom and closes the door, oh God forbid, he's outside the door, meow, meow, meow.
Oh,
And so it's just like he's become very needy,
yeah.
but at the same time, it's just like I'm the only animal now. I want your all on undivided attention. So
Oh.
no, you can't come up here. You put a snag in mommy's pashima the other day. Oh no, you can't do that.
Mozzie,
So,
you
alrighty.
didn't do that.
So there we go. Say time to go bye bye.
Bye,
Bye
honey.
everybody. All right, go see daddy. There we go. Okay, that'll quiet him down now. But yeah, I have to figure something out on here because I know he likes being up here with me, and
Yeah.
I I gotta figure something out at some point. Um, but yeah, my AC is on, and
Mm-hmm.
hopefully, by next week I won't have to worry about that. And Audra's here.
Hey, Audra.
Hello, Audra. And let's see, we all had fall. It's crazy, Mother Nature. Yeah, it's the weathers have been changing, the patterns. Even I have this cute little crocheting group. I'm trying to find people to connect with here because I don't know anybody. And now that I picked up crocheting, this one store in town that sells crochet yarn and for knitting and everything, they have like 3 days a week. They have like, come and crochet, with people for a couple of hours. And so now on Thursdays, I'm choosing Thursdays. I go, and even though I really don't know half of what everyone's talking about when it comes to knitting patterns, whatever, it still gives me. Oh, and I
My
got a
mom
story
just
to
sent me
share.
some crocheted items today.
Who did?
My mom.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I've been feeling my grandma and my mom again when
Mm-hmm.
I pick up. And at what time of year is it? We're getting into the fall,
I
towards
know.
October, and this is when I get into, and they actually have a spinning wheel in the store, and I'm like, oh, that would be so cool to learn how to spin,
Ooh, that would
yarn
be.
and everything. So,
Yeah.
but even they said here, the ladies last night, they said it gets hot here, but this summer, they said we've never had this many days of being 100 here. They said in Ashland, they go, it's really
We haven't had
so.
that here in Pittsburgh. I mean, we gotten close to like 100, but not at all. Like when we went to the Ren Fair, it was really hot that day.
Ooh, I missed the run fair. I've been
Yeah.
twice with my
Yeah.
own costume and everything, and
Yeah. Next year, I'm going to dress up even more. I didn't realize people dressed up like that.
Mm-hmm.
Did not even know that. So next year I told Star that I'm gonna really go all out as like is huge dress and headpiece and everything. I'm excited for that. Yeah.
I never had a headpiece, but yeah, I mean, that was back in, the late 90s when I went with
Mm-hmm.
my friend Christine. And ever since then, it's just like, oh, those were the days. And if you wanted to rent a costume, rule was is that you couldn't wear underwear because that's not how they wore. This is the one in Sterling in New
What?
York. Yep. So if you
Wow.
want,
I
I mean, I'm
mean,
sure you
if
could
you have
probably get
all that
around,
whole
but
garment
when,
on and it's hot, I mean, I kind of
yeah,
understand why you wouldn't wear any underpants. Let
it's like,
just the air, I guess.
mm-hmm. Just let all, and then it was so great because during those summers too, we would try to hit the Scottish weekend with the men in kilts.
There was men in kilts when I was there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but in a couple weeks, we're gonna do that other. We're gonna go to the Monroeville Mall. We're out in Pittsburgh, and then we're gonna go to a witchy market that they're having. So it'll be nice to see Star again.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And we were talking also backstage that we've got a full moon coming up
Mm-hmm.
in a couple of days. And Nancy and I are going to be looking at some of the corn because it's going to be the corn moon.
Yep.
And so looking
It's
at
also
corn
Jonathan
mother.
Daly's birthday that day. It's his 50th.
I was talking to Jonathan. He's like 50.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow. I go, I'm older than you.
Yeah.
It's like I'm one of the older ones out of the bunch. But
It's his 50th. So
yeah.
yeah. But
And I
there's
checked
a
in with
lot
him
of
last night. Okay.
it's and I think it's going to be a total eclipse, isn't it?
Total or partial, I can't remember, but they said it's going to be like a red. It's going to have the eclipse and it's going to be the core moon. So, but this is my time of year. You know, I love the fall, the colors,
Me
the
too.
energy, everything. And Tom, wait a minute. Yes, Tom, I'm that freaking old. Wait a minute. What?
Oh,
I went to Sterling Forest the first year, not Sterling.
I
Not
know
that
Miss Tara D
Sterling.
somehow was able to have pictures during that time and showed me pictures of her and Hector during the Sterling times.
Oh, beautiful. And Tom says, getting another crystal
Oh,
alien head?
perhaps if there's one that calls to me, yeah.
Oh,
Just so
I love this in chat.
I
This is one of the
know.
things I look forward to Fridays is, these two especially in
Yep.
chat.
Oh, my brother Bobby's here.
Hey, what's up, Bobby Boo? What's
Hola.
going on? And Miss Tarody says, I'm so old that Renaissance clothes were regular clothes for me. Woo, bless you. So, and
Oh, Miss Tara D.
a little raven has snuck into the room.
How
Yeah.
cute.
And oh, Miss Tarot D, I gotta show you something. So I got this cute little worry doll from Miss Tarot D a while back, and I just recently got this really cool articulated dragon. And so on my little stand for her, Miss Tarot D, she sits on my dragon. She stands up a little bit better on the thing, but
Aw.
so she rides with Nick. So I just thought that was kind of cute. So I keep that up here on my little table. So I have my little dragon and my little worry doll from Miss Tarot D, and together they ride. So,
Now we
and,
can write off with your worries.
yes, I haven't been in a tuxedo in forever. Wow, could you imagine? I can't picture Tom in a tuxedo. Ooh, Tom, you're going to have to share on the slide some of the wedding pictures or something with a tuxedo. And
So
let's.
Rochelle, this whole corn and
Oh, it's
harvest thing,
Harvest
I
Moon.
was
I thought it
doing
was
research
corn.
on it prior to our live here, because I know Tony was talking about it as well earlier in our little group chat. Um, it's like a harvest corn moon slash wine moon. It's like all of those rooted together.
There we go. Yep, corn moon.
But I prefer the wine moon. I'll take that one. I don't care about the corn moon or the harvest moon. Give me the wine moon.
Yeah, give me some meats. I told Shannon, we can't really afford, wines or and because we don't really drink anymore, but then it costs a little extra. But I said for Samhain, oh excuse me, this year, I said I definitely want to get a bottle of one of the local wineries that sell the mead. I
Mm-hmm.
miss having the meat for celebrating. And
Yeah.
Audra says, I have a purple one of those dragons. Mine's it's iridescent, so when you turn it, you see purple, blue, you see greens, and no, Heather, he meant tuxedo New York when the run. Okay, I'm lost in chat. I'm
Tom said he
sorry.
hasn't worn a tuxedo since
Since
prom.
prom. Wow. So what did you wear to your wedding, Tom? If you didn't wear a tuxedo, I wonder what you wore. And it's a partial eclipse. Yes. Um, and Miss Tarody says the core moon will now be called Tamale Moon on behalf of Celina and Bobby. Oh, that's so cute.
That's funny because he was sending us tamale pictures earlier.
Our
Yep.
neighbors next door brought us over a couple
Stop
tamales
it.
last
They
summer.
did.
Because Yamba Cardio and Angelica, he works for a local winery, and his fence, they have all different types of flowers and rose bushes that bloom at all different times. So there's constantly like color over there because with the winery, he's got grapes growing on his fence. With where they farm, they've been bringing us over zucchini. They brought us a huge. Now, Miss Taro D, hold yourself. Now they had a melon that was bigger than your melons. They were big. They were juicy. They were, I mean, right? They were, I couldn't resist the melon with Mysterio D in chat. But it was so, so good. They brought that over for us. They brought us tamales. They're wonderful people next door. So,
Oh,
um,
nice.
and they have a little pity. She's known us now for what 3 months, and whenever I go over and say hi, Mila, she's like, and they're all like Mila, but her name is Mila.
Oh,
So,
how cute.
but they're wonderful. And let's see, let me get caught up here. Yeah, mine is just like that one. And Tom says we did town hall, nothing special. And Bobby says we Mexicans eat tamales at Christmas, so we have something to unwrap.
Dios mío, Bobby.
What does that mean?
Dios mío, my God.
Oh, but yeah, when we worked in Flagstaff at the Walmart, they would bring tamales to buy to help raise money for the Children's Network. We would have Navajo taco nights from those that were,
Mm-hmm.
our coworkers that were from the reservation, and so we ate good in Arizona. We really haven't eaten that well since. Hi Mona Lee, welcome. So we have 13 people in chat. So yeah, we have the moon full moon coming up. Do you have anything planned special for that night?
Surprisingly, I have not even prepared for that because I've been working so
So
much.
busy,
Like,
yeah.
I have no idea what we're even in until I was researching that stuff today. And I was like, oh, there's a full moon. I didn't even, like, I've been so, like, in my own little
Yeah,
world that nothing really has been coming up. But I'm sure I'll figure something out for the new moon or the full moon.
yeah. I lose completely all track of time with the moons, and where we're at here, we really can't see it. The way we're facing, I don't get to see it over the mountain or anything. It usually comes up behind her. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I need to get. But I notice though when I feel a certain way, I'm like I need to check the moon phases because usually when it starts to becoming a full moon, that's
Yeah.
where I don't quite feel as grounded, and I feel a little like
Mm-hmm.
prickles in a way, like something doesn't kind of like feel right, or I don't sleep well, or I
Oh,
have
I
these moments
never sleep
where
well. Yeah. I
I
get like,
take naps and I wake up with
I get like
with a
4 to 5 hours of sleep every night.
goodness, girl, I don't know how you do it. And the tonight, just for everybody, the show's going to be short tonight because Selena's taking a break from work to hang out with me, and then she's got to go
I
back, so I don't want to
am. And then I
keep
have
her
to work in the morning
late.
at 6. But I did do
So
homework, so I did get homework out of the way during my lunchtime. I know Rochelle's always on me about my sleep and slowing down and rest, and it's not happening this week, Rochelle.
mm. And Miss Terrell D says we have women who sell tamales on every street corner here in the
Ooh,
Bronx. Yes,
that's so
and
good.
yeah, for me,
Oh,
I new moons are better for me. Let's see, Selena, don't push yourself, please, dear.
I
Yes.
know, and I'm finally recovering. Like, I was just telling Heather backstage that I was sick all week, like my lupus was flaring up and I was like puking for 3 days straight, 4 days straight. So I'm starting to, like, my stomach is starting to feel better, a little bit more
Yeah.
calm now. But yeah, it's because I've been working so much and I'm not resting and sleeping like I'm supposed to. I just can't. You can't rest. It's so hard for me to close my eyes and shut my brain
Everything.
down. It doesn't happen.
That's why I need that one medication at night, or else the brain doesn't. It just doesn't stop. I would
Yeah.
get no peace, and I think to myself sometimes, oh my God, what happens if there comes a day when I can't have that medication? And
Yeah.
don't go
I mean,
there
but
right
today I was
now.
finally able to eat something and it stayed down. So it's been almost a week since I've been able to like really eat something and have it like really sit well on my stomach.
And Rochelle says, I'm exhausted just by knowing you. You are always on the go. You're always on the go. Every time I turn around, you're doing another video, Rochelle. So all you
Yeah,
ladies are very, very busy. And Tom
that's right,
says,
Tom.
no
No rest
rest
for
for
the
the
wicked.
wicked. Ambien, I don't know. For
And then
some
here I
people,
am. I'm like, oh, I need to get a hold of Tom. We need to do a video, and I
yeah.
just, that's just how my brain is. I just doesn't, I have like a million things I have to upload and record. And, um, I got 2 more decks in the mail today.
Ooh,
And it's from our
do
lovely
share.
Rochelle, who's in the chat. And look at these bags. I found them at the dollar store. They were only literally a
Oh,
dollar.
how
And
cute.
they're cloth bags. Yeah. So look at this one, guys. It's called Darkness Falls, and it's very Halloween. But like, look at that. It's from Hermit Playing Cards. I mean, this is gorgeous. I'm so happy to see one with just like pumpkins and Halloween stuff on there. And
Yeah. Julie
yeah,
says she loves the bag, and Rochelle says those bags are cute.
yeah. But yeah, so these are Rochelle's Make
Oh, I
Playing
like that
cards.
one.
Yeah, these are beautiful. Look at the lover's card.
Aw.
So I have to unbox this one. Let's see.
Yeah, we've been getting into all the YouTube videos that have the pictures and the little things that play in it, and
Mm-hmm.
the
And
crickets
look at
for
the
the
death
Halloween.
card. I always love the death. For me, the death card is like super important.
Oh wow!
But look at his like cape and
Yeah, I know
everything.
the colors. I
Yeah, the
love how they make
pumpkins, the
sure the
jack o'
colors
lanterns.
all.
Oh, I was so
Yeah.
excited when she put this one on her Make Playing cards. Um, so I had to get that one, and then here's the other one, also in that same bag. So yeah, I have like, I don't know, maybe 5 unboxings to do. This one's
Wow.
called Witchy Wisdom Oracle.
Ooh.
Yeah, isn't that cute?
Oh, I love the hats. There was a
Yeah.
woman who made hats like that back in
Yeah, and look at the backs
Lewiston,
on
New
that.
York. Oh, that's cute.
They just like glow. I feel like they're just this beautiful. And look at the black
It's
lip Mozzie.
Muzzy.
Yeah, it's
When he
so
was a
pretty.
baby.
Look at the bat with the vampire and the energy.
I like the colors.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful deck. Yeah, I'm excited for this one as well. Look at this one. Communication.
Now, did you say
Like a
that this is one of Rochelle's decks?
yeah, it's on her
That's with
Make
her.
Playing cards.
Nice. Yeah, I like that one with the circle.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful. I don't
Yep.
know
So
how
I'm
you do it,
excited.
Rochelle. You're coming out with decks left and right. I can't keep up with them.
I know,
Wow.
me either. She this one literally just came out. What was it, like a week ago, Rochelle? 2 weeks ago. But they're beautiful decks, and they're like the really beautiful linen cardstock, and they just shuffle and fan out so nicely. It's like a premium linen, so it's so pretty. But yeah,
One of these
these
days I'll
just
print
came in the
mine.
mail today.
Ooh,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Let's see. And it's Tarot D says such beautiful decks. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oops. Well, you're welcome. And I still want to have a show where we can get together. And I think, Celina, you said you would be down with this, and maybe Carolina. I'm talking about past lives. And is it possible they're past lives, or are we actually connecting into the genetic memories of our ancestors and others that have been a part of our life?
Oh,
So is it an
that's an
actual
interesting
past
concept.
life, or? And I remember having that conversation one night. And I think Allison has said she didn't know enough about to talk about it, but I just thought just to have an open conversation, just throw
I
ideas
mean,
around. And I think Rochelle was one of them.
there's not going to be any definitive answers out there to really
All the
be.
above.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
thinking the same thing, Rochelle. I'm thinking it's all of it. There's definitely a connection to all of that.
And I would love to
Yeah.
have a fun panel conversation about that.
Mm-hmm.
And Tom would even be interested because Tom can't say for sure whether or not there is an afterlife. And so that would be an interesting perspective to have in the group, kind of someone that's like straddling, kind of like the middle there. And, we can all be
Who's gonna?
revolve around
We need
Tom.
someone to play devil's advocate.
Yes.
Tom, are you ready to play devil's advocate?
He always is. He was born ready. He goes, that's what
Nobody
I
can
was
be
born
sure
to
to say.
do.
Yeah, you're right. There is no definitive answer.
Mm-hmm.
It's only our experiences. It's what we feel. It's our own personal gnosis on
Mm-hmm.
on all of that. Like for example, I'm going to go back to one of my past lives. A couple of years ago, I had that's my job, Celina. Um, Tom or Miss Tarot D. Tom identifies as afterlife and non-binary.
There we go. Oh, I love that. Yeah,
But
really.
for my past life, a couple of years ago, I had what to me felt like it was more than a dream because I could smell, like I was
Oh
a Knights
wow.
Templar. I could smell the air. It smelled differently. Like I could smell all that. I could feel the wind. I could feel the sand. I was holding a Knights Templar flag in my hand. I was on a horse. I was in the Middle East somewhere. And that next morning, my husband, I woke up and he goes, "Since when do you know Latin?" I'm like, "I don't." He goes, "You were speaking Latin in your dreams." So I had xenoglossy, where I was speaking a different language that I have no,
That's cool.
I've never spoken Latin in my entire life. I've never studied it. I've never done any of that stuff. So my husband was like, "Since when do you know?" And I'm like, to me, I'm like, "No, I've never spoken it. I don't know the language. I know Spanish, but that's about it." So fast forward to like a month ago when we had my friend um, Karen Cubico, who taught me how to do past life regressions and how to regress myself and everything. We had her on the show with myself and Bobby on Behind the Moon. And a week prior to that, her and I got together and we wanted to do, I did like a full in depth reading for her, a tarot reading, like an hour and a half long. And then, yeah, it was very long. And then she did a past life regression on me, and I regressed to that same time frame where my name was Jacques and I was a Knights Templar. I was in France.
Wow. I wish I could have
So
one
there
of
was like a
those.
past life regression that happened. There was a dream that I was like, "There's no way this was a dream." And me speaking a
Mm-hmm.
different language. My husband's like, "When do you speak Latin?" Because he's a Freemason, so he knows the language.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "I don't, honey." And he goes, "You were speaking it loud and clear last night."
Wow.
So again, Tom, nobody
That
for
is wild.
sure knows, but there is a lot of stuff that links it to yes, it is absolutely possible. It is something that you can't deny when someone speaks a different language that they've never heard before, never spoken before, and they're
I did
fluent
that
in
once
speaking it.
when I was younger and it scared the hell out of my mother. I think I was what, maybe 15, 16. And
Mm-hmm.
I used to have extremely painful periods. And I had endometriosis, so I was in a lot of pain. And I was waiting for the medication, and that pain, something triggered me. And I remember it happening, and I didn't know what I was saying, but I was having this image of, um, knowing I was going to die, giving birth, and I was calling out in a language that I have no idea what it was. No, and I mean, I was awake while doing it. I mean, I can't remember the words, but I remember doing it, and it scared the hell out of my mother because she didn't know what was happening to me. And after it was over, I had I mean, I could remember, but I didn't know what the word. So something similar I've done once before,
Wow.
not knowing how, but I think that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to have, really have kids in this lifetime, because I've had so many dreams where I'm pregnant and I'm about to give birth. And I said, no, if I do, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
And so I think I did in a past life. And so, and that, whatever that language that was, must have been that lifetime where I did pass. So that, when you said that, it automatically brought that memory back up.
Hmm.
And that's the only
Tom
time that
has
I
a
can
good comment.
remember.
That's why we need him on there to play
Hmm.
devil's advocate.
Could be accessing collective unconscious. Could be something we have never even conceived of yet. Yeah.
I
But
mean,
what
there's
the
so
way that
many.
Tom does it though is, it's not like him sitting on a pedestal saying, "No, you're wrong. I'm right. This can't."
Yeah.
He actually
But it
gives
also
an
doesn't mean that it
alternative.
wasn't a past life. So that's why we,
Exactly, and
to have someone that's gonna like,
exactly, and he words it
um,
so that both
it was
sides
definitely
are
something.
presented
And
in.
that's not the only experience that I've had like that. One of the other experiences I had, I was definitely a crone.
What do I know? I'm sorry,
Exactly.
you
We
were.
don't know, Tom. It's
Yeah.
just what we feel, and being this type of intuitive, beings who seek for further knowledge. I think it's something that's definitely plausible. But like there was another experience where I was a crone. There was a mother and maiden at my side, so it was a triple form. We were walking to a. I was dressed in white, so were they. I had a bowl in my hand, Bobby. I had a
Yeah.
bowl in my hand, and I
Bowl,
don't
bowl.
recall what was in there, but everybody was chanting around me. I was the head of that coven, and we're walking towards a bonfire, and I just remember and feel the energy of all of the women all around me, and they were all dancing and chanting, and it was a full moon, and it was just the most incredible experience I've ever encountered. Like it was just, to me it was you know, yeah, he does. Um, that's speaking of, Bobby was my wife in a past life. I was his husband.
What?
Yes,
Are you serious? Oh my
yes,
God! Do
uh huh.
tell, Bobby. I didn't
So,
know this. How
so this
interesting.
happened also during the day, that the time that we had my friend come on the show. She was accessing our past life through my guides, because she's already familiar with me. Her guides are familiar with my guides, because I've been going to her for almost 3 years. And I was feeling like this incredible energy happening during that time. But there's a reason why the me, him, and Ramon all got together, is because, and we instantly clicked. Like it's that's what happens when you instantly click with someone and you have this instant draw, and like this incredible feeling with someone,
The
like you've
bond.
known them forever.
Hmm.
That's definitely something you don't normally have with other people. It was a different experience with myself, Bobby, and Ramon. And during this past life, I was the husband. We were in France. We were pretty well off. I was Bobby's sugar daddy. Yeah, I was a sugar daddy. And
Oh
Ramon
my.
was my nephew, because his mom, who was my sister, passed away giving birth. But Ramon had rickets,
Wow.
and he had problems with his left leg. And she was saying all of this. She was channeling, saying all of this. And Ramon interrupted and said, "That's really weird, because I have problems with my left leg. I always have pain in it."
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So the fact
insane.
that Ramon still has pain in his left leg, and she mentioned he had rickets, almost pretty much disabled. He had to be carried everywhere, but he had a left leg that was really bad, and it caused him pain. And he's like, "That's funny, because I have problems with my left leg now, and it's usually in pain."
Jeez, that's insane.
So there's a
How we
lot
frame
of
things.
rickety Ramon, Bobby. Yeah.
Ah,
So
you're
I
too
was I
funny,
was
Bobby.
Bobby's sugar daddy. That's what they always, and I was his husband.
Ooh. And Irene says, my
Yeah.
daughter started speaking Russian around 2. I figured it was a past life thing. Then after she died, I found out her father learned Russian when she was a toddler. They listened to the
Oh,
tapes in the car. So yeah, Irene lost a child, so um,
Miss Tarot D,
it's,
that's correct. That's very accurate.
let's see, back down. Now that's why Selena works 3 jobs now. She's paid off all the debt. Oh, it's interesting. And people kind of laugh when they say, when it comes to past lives, everybody seems
Yeah.
to have had, claim that they've had a past life on the Titanic. But I know I did because as a child, I went looking for books on it when I was only like in second grade. And I'm like, why would I go looking for books on a ship that I didn't know anything about? You know what I mean? And so it started for me when I was in second grade, which would have been around 8 or 9 years old. And over the years, just having flashes of things
Yeah.
and dreams where it's like, I can't watch because I know what's going to happen. And the story that they tell, I know for a fact is not true. And certain people have been trying to look at the possibility that it was an intentional sinking. There's all kinds of
Mm-hmm.
conspiracy, and
Yeah, there's
people
lots
don't
of
like
conspiracies.
conspiracies,
Yeah.
but at the same time, the videos that were laying things out to explain what could have happened, plausibly happened, all those videos were taken down. So, but for me, I've always known that, the story that they tell, no, that's not how it happened. But I've
Yeah.
never been able to figure out who I was. I've had people tell me, "Oh, I see you as a woman. Oh, I see you as a man." And I'm just like, for me, I could never tell. But when the
Maybe you were a man dressed as a woman or a woman dressed as a man to be able to get through.
oh goodness, that's
That's what I just got. Yeah.
because they
Maybe
weren't
you were
allowing,
you were
the
you were
men on
hiding
the,
to
yeah, on the
because of
boats.
yeah.
Um, I there was one, the exhibits were going around. This is back in my
Yeah, I
my
remember the
late
exhibits.
20s. I got to go to one when I was visiting my friend Erica in Boston, and I walked in, and there was the one thing they were willing to let you touch. It was one of the handrails or something from a boat or something, or one of the I can't remember what it was, but and I, mm-mm, there was just like no, because
Yeah.
if you touch that, something's gonna, and you don't wanna,
Trigger.
yeah.
Well, that's how the Baphomet decks, when I was unboxing them and there was parts of it that had Knights Templar,
Hey, Jax.
um, I was there was a moment there that it like triggered something in me and I was shaking. Like I was almost in tears. I was shaking from that image because to me it felt I felt this wave of energy that hit me and felt like a past life memory.
Wow.
Yeah. And then Rochelle says she could see me as a sugar daddy.
Yeah, we all play different roles.
Yeah.
Scott Spiritual Essence did an Akashic reading for me about 3 years ago. That's how I actually met Allison, was through Scott, because I think that was the first person that Scott read for, was for Allison, and then I was like, oh, I'll sign up for it. And it was interesting. He said that trying to have his guides look into my records, he was like, I couldn't get it. I was having a hard time getting in and seeing really anything. He says it was almost like a block, and I'm like, I wasn't intentionally doing it, but he says possible too that there are things about your past lives that you are not allowed to know, and
Or
I
you're
was
not
only
ready
allowed to share a few things with me.
or you're not
You know.
ready to your the masters aren't ready to release those records
So, but
because
what
there's
he
something
said, one
because
of the
you're not
things,
maybe you weren't mentally ready to get that information.
yeah, and one of the things that surprised me was he goes, I'm seeing that you were not a nice person. You were a man. You were a basically a bootlegger in New Mexico, and you took lives if you had to be able to get your product or to keep your livelihood going. So I'm like, oh my God, something that totally does not feel with me, or doesn't, but yet, I love New Mexico. I drove through it. I'm like, oh, this would be a nice place to make home. So
Yeah.
I don't know, that might have been that connection, but yeah, very, really interesting. And Jax was sharing something. My 17-year old, your 17-year old is trans. I'm teaching them, to drive. Not only are they odd,
ADHD.
but they have shut down on listening to their body because It doesn't feel like their own. I'm teaching them how to listen to themselves. Oh wow, Jax, that sounds amazing. They're so lucky to have you as mom. And let's see, Kristen says my ancestor was a brother of the Knights Templar. Yeah, Kristen's got big
She's got
connections in
huge
her.
ancestors.
Mm-hmm. And I had a past life quantum jump when I was a woman disguised as a man for safety. I was eating rotten bread and milk. Ugh.
That's what I'm thinking with you, Heather. I'm feeling like you were incognito. That's why you were getting both male and female because you how you were hiding.
Now the thing is though is if you were a lower a third class, they were locked below. They were not allowed to come out. They
Correct.
they basically drowned those people. They didn't
Correct.
want any of them getting to the boats. So the ones that pretty much
Unless you were
made it.
Jack and you were able to get off, but then there was enough room for you to be on the door, but Rose was too selfish and didn't want you on the door, on the floating door.
But the
The
funny
two of you
thing,
guys could have been saved.
but it's funny that you said that because before that movie even came out, I had had a dream about being in water and there was a boat and there was a young man standing over me. He had blonde hair, and I remember being helped into a boat. There was a dream where I remember being in the water and trying to swim away so that a stack wouldn't come down and hit me, or for me to be dragged under by, as the ship went down, to be sucked down with the ship. And then when I went to then the movie came out, I was like, what the? And when I went to that exhibit, there was a face on one of the pillars, and I said that was the guy in my dream. But I didn't have. I went looking again after I left to find out, but I could never find that picture again. But it was so weird
Wow.
because I was seeing things. I had dreams about things that I didn't realize they were until after the movie, because I know Cameron did a really good job in trying to make everything as exact to
Accurate
the
as
T,
possible.
for
Yeah.
as accurate as possible. And yeah, I mean, some of the things that I saw, I was just like, okay, so people can't tell me, no, you're just imagining that like everybody. I'm like, no. Were you floating on the door? No, I don't think so. I just remember being in water and someone helping me into a boat, and there was this bright light behind them, and I could tell it was a young man, blonde hair, kind of like the way Jack had looked, but there was no face features or anything. I couldn't see any facial features. Never in my dreams or my meditations am I allowed to see faces. It's just a presence. I don't know why that is, but that's always been one of my drawbacks with my abilities, not being able to see anything distinguishing. So they're just, kind of like flashes or quick images. But
Mm-hmm.
that one has always stuck with me over the years. I have never forgotten that one.
Wow. That's
And
so
when I
cool.
was younger, my sister, her first husband, was with the Coast Guard, and in downtown Buffalo, they actually have a large retired battleship called the USS Little Rock. They have the
Mm-hmm.
Sullivan and they have the Little Rock. And when I was driving in the back seat one night with my sister, I think she was going to get Michael from work or something, but we were driving there. The minute I started coming and seeing that huge ship at night in the water, I freaked out. I just lay down in the back seat. There was a cover I covered over me. I couldn't look out the window. I was terrified.
See, I have a
So,
phobia of the water too, but then I realized it was to me a past life where I was they thought I was dead. A lot of people on the ship were sick. It was, some plague going around. And they thought I was dead, so they threw me over, but I didn't really drown from I mean, I didn't die from the plague. I died from drowning. I wasn't fully dead yet, but I was on, I was close to it, but I was not dead yet. And that's why I have a huge phobia of the water.
deep water for me, being out near ships,
Hmm.
boats, and things,
That's
I
why I'll
don't
like
do
never
very
do
good
a
with.
cruise. I'll never do any of that stuff. I can't get on a boat, let alone a cruise.
Yeah, I don't think I mean, the ones that you see where they go in Norway, the Norwegian cruises, I'd be like, oh, I take a chance on that
Nope.
one because the scenery is so beautiful. But
Nope.
for me, as long as I'm in water where I can touch, the bottom. I love water. It's hard to get me out of water. I
Yeah.
absolutely love it. But when it gets too much to the point, and then I,
No,
I almost
I
drowned as a
I get
child.
instant anxiety when I'm walking in the water, like instant.
Wow. Yeah, my brother, when I passed, well, I did pass briefly. I had fallen into the pool when my mom took her attention off of me, and I remember seeing myself floating down
Oh,
under the water in the
I
pool,
had a
but I
near
wasn't
death as
freaked out
well.
or anything.
Yeah, I
It
was
was
like
just
8
very
years old.
calm, and
Yeah, I also
yes.
drowned. My brother pulled me out.
But in the past life, my brother was the one that was supposedly that had drowned me, that killed me.
Oh,
And in this lifetime, my brother turned around and saved me from drowning.
oh, how cool! How funny that it just,
I mean, it reversed itself.
yeah. Oh,
But
I love
so
that.
for me, I'm afraid of water, but yet if I'm in a safe area with water, you can't get me out. I just love
Yeah.
being in.
So,
So,
like Kristen was saying, she had questions whether she died in the Vietnam War. And from what my friend has told me, who's been doing past life regressions for over 20 years, she's like certified hypnotist or whatever you call them. Um, if you have like, for example, my husband loves World War II stuff, Civil War, Revolutionary War periods, any type of war periods, but especially those couple that I just mentioned. When you have a intense knowing of that time frame, that you usually, it's more than likely you had a past life during that time frame, which is why it's so big for you. Like my husband, like he collects a lot of um, Civil War, World War II items. Like he's a huge collector. He has a million books, like lots and lots of books of this time frame, and he reads them all, and he just has so much knowledge about these wars that he
wow.
most definitely had a past life in those areas. We were watching a show, like a documentary, for the first time.
Good night, Miss Tarot
Oh,
D.
we love you, Miss Taro D.
Thank you for hanging out. Talk to you
Yeah,
later, my dear.
but we were watching this show, and knew he goes, oh, there's a train station around the corner. And then the person that was the doc that was that was doing the documentary was saying, talked about the train station around the corner. And I looked at him and I'm like, how the hell did you know that? He goes, I didn't. It's something that I just saw. I saw a train station, and I felt like it's something where I went to to get away. So it's stuff like that there's it's so hard to deny when these things happen.
Hmm.
And stuff that you, deja vu moments, the same thing. It's stuff like that happens, that there's no way that it's hard to not believe in it.
Hmm. I mean, why does an 8-year-old, 9-year-old child want to go looking for a book on a ship that sank,
Yeah,
killing over 1,000 some people? I
exactly.
mean, it just
Yeah,
doesn't make. Yeah,
yeah.
and so exactly those type of
So
moments.
yeah, an obsession. Hmm.
I am obsessed
So
with
being obsessed with
Napoleon,
the, yeah.
so that could be possibly a past life link too.
Hmm.
Yeah, I would love to be able to, a couple of people, I don't know how professional they were, but like in college, a guy came and tried to hypnotize us. And for
Hmm.
me, I was just like, nah, that didn't work. And then another woman later on in my teens or early 20s, she tried, and I'm like, no, I'm not going under. It's not. And so I
So you
don't
were
know if
like
it's,
blocking it, or you just weren't? You just
I don't
couldn't.
know.
You just
Maybe,
couldn't go
I mean,
into
she wasn't a
hypnosis.
professional that did it. She was
Oh,
like,
okay.
"Oh, I've done this for other people, so lay down, Chloe." And so it just, so maybe one of these days I'll be able to find somebody that can actually. And yet, again, like Scott said, I may not be allowed to know certain things in this lifetime. And it's like, but I want to know.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm sure probably your guides are protecting you from stuff.
And I've sat down with people who have read for me that said, "Oh yeah, you definitely have, if not in this lifetime, but past lifetimes as a Native American, and North American, whether Canadian and or American." I had one woman I sat down with for my first reading, and she's like, "Girl," she goes, "You know that you were what was considered a Wiccan back in the day." I'm like, "Yeah, I just." people who don't know me just come out and say, and it just blows my mind.
Yeah, that's cool.
But what Scott said that he saw was, he goes, he couldn't put his finger on it. He's like, it was like a light body that had wings. And this is supposed to be me. It was a light body that was like, it didn't have a real dense or definitive form, but there was, or the way he could see it, but it had wings. And so it was kind of like wings could fly, but yet there was a humanoid, like human figure to it.
Like
And
Mothman, it could fly, humanoid.
um, he was thinking, he goes, in terms of maybe he wanted to say Fae, but this was like a luminous, like, body
Hmm.
almost. And he says, I just keep seeing these massive wings. He goes, I don't know if you were a thunderbird, if you were an elemental dragon, or this. But what really made me kind of think twice about is when I first saw. I don't know if anyone's seen the Angelina Jolie. Oh, the name of the Disney, um,
Maleficent.
Maleficent, when she flew up and those wings popped out. I saw those beautiful horns and those wings popped out and she could fly. Even now, I just would absolutely get goosebumps.
I love that movie.
And I always was just like, I resonated with that. I still get goosebumps. And then later on, when Scott told me that, I'm like, that's probably the connection, the big wings, being able to fly, having, he says it was, he said I was like a protector, an energy, a protective energy for an area. He wasn't allowed to see because he said it was like kind of like there was a block or something.
Yeah,
But I
that's so
always
cool.
thought that was kind of cool. Yeah, I'll take that over a murdering bootlegger.
I
Any
mean,
day.
somebody had to be the bad person in that era. That's, I think it's just the way it is. Someone had to be,
Mm,
and you had to learn something from that. To me, I see it as you had to learn something. Um, right now, we're in session, we're in class. That's the way I see it. So you're here to learn something in this lifetime. So you're in session, you're in class. It's up to you how you decide what hallway you're going to take to your next class.
exactly. And even Rochelle says it wouldn't work for her either.
Yeah.
I had clear things that I was seeing, but I believed I was just making it up, so it didn't work for me. So I get it. Yeah. And other people are saying hypnosis really, but like I said, I never had a professional. And there are some people that can just kind of go and touch you a certain way and like that, and
Hmm.
I'm like, that's scary. you know, Someone that have that kind of, ability or power to be able to do that. And
Yeah,
Irene says, yes, I view life here as school.
that's
Yep.
right.
So
We're all
we are
here to
at
learn something.
6:09, and I can't keep Celina too long. Celina, do you want to do like a collective reading for everybody
Yeah,
for
we
the
can do a
weekend?
collective reading.
Okay. And thank you everybody for joining us. We
Yeah,
appreciate
thank
you
you.
hanging out with us.
Did
I
y'all want
know
to
I
do an
do.
oracle or did you want to do a tarot? What do y'all want to
I was
do?
going to mix. Lately, I've been doing like an oracle, then putting an extra couple for either a tile a um or a tarot card. So whatever you
Yeah, I'm
feel.
gonna get back to work, guys.
So I appreciate you joining me tonight.
No
Thank you.
problem. Thank you for having me on.
Kind of hard to do a Friday night sidekicks when you don't got a sidekick to do.
I know.
So I appreciate
That's
that,
because
and everyone.
Allison's been busy too, hasn't she?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's on with Steven tonight, so hopefully she'll be back soon.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'll take that. Let me grab my tiles. Too bad Miss Tarot D left. She loves my tiles.
Mm-hmm.
Tom says, use the Baphomet, Celina.
Oh, I don't have it with me. It's in my bedroom and my husband's in there. I don't want to wake him or Darla up.
Oh, Darla. Oh,
I
I wish I could
know.
put my arms around that girl and just give her hugs and kisses. She is so sweet. Oh my
Oh,
God.
that's Mozzie.
What? Good Lord. What, you
He's
want to
so
come
cute.
here? Hey, just see now he's standing because he wants me out there with Sham. Come here. There you go. Come on, do the reading with mommy. Come on. Oh, come here, you big boy. There we go. Okay. Okay, there we go. Hi, Janet. And there's Roman. Hello, Roman. Just in time
Hey,
for
Roman.
our, so let's see. She's still shuffling. So what do we got, Mozzie? What is it? We got the rebirth card. So it's
Ooh.
going into this weekend's time, and we're moving into the season for death and rebirth and renewal as we get into winter. And our tiles are the Knight of Pentacles. So this is about time taking things slowly, not rushing into things. Um, Kind of looking at our finances, looking at our health, any particular studies that we're wanting to maybe delve into in the upcoming months. But it's the slow moving night, so no rush is needed. But the underlying tile is the Page of Swords. So they're the messenger, so pay attention. Some messages might be coming in, giving you some clarity, some insight, um, getting maybe this energy of needing to prove, to prove something, to work on something quickly. Um, but just knowing that maybe right now the time is just to move things slow, take things steady, and go through, the season of rebirth. So I like those. And so does Mozzie. So, oh, and thank you, Jax, for putting up Celina's link in the
Oh, thank
in the
you.
description.
So I pulled just an oracle card and a tarot card. So the first one, the first one I pulled out is from Triunfi de la Luna, and this card makes me laugh every single time.
Oh my God!
It is the
Lay
Three of
off the
Cups.
beans.
I know it's the Three of Cups, but if you see, it's like the friends there are like lifting up her dress, so she doesn't damage it, doesn't burn it, and that's what the three, that's what the friends do. I feel like it's flipping hilarious. I think it's hilarious, and they're very much rambunctious and a trio, and they're talking about celebration and friendships. So I think that's something that we need to really concentrate on is making sure that, um, even regardless how crazy our life gets, you're always going to have someone there to lift you up. And there they are lifting the dress. I think it's hilarious. I love this deck. It just makes me laugh.
Rochelle says those are real friends now.
Those are real friends, Rochelle. That's right. And regardless how rambunctious you get, you know how sometimes you see videos of like friends that are getting drunk and they're always picking each other up and supporting each other. I think that's something that we need to really think about is being there and supporting our friends, and um, regardless how drunk or rambunctious they get. I think this is such a beautiful, it's a happy reunion social card. So maybe get out there, even though we are in a hermit year, definitely get out there and, call one of your old friends and get together. And if you can't physically get together, talk to them on the phone. I think that'll help, especially with mental health, with all of those issues going on. Definitely important. And look at the card that came out.
Oh, that would have been what Ziva would have looked like.
And it's
she was
magical animals. They come with messages, as Mozzie just left the room.
Yep.
So definitely look out for your animals, your spirit guides, your animal totems. Just keep an ear out and listen to what messages are coming in from them. They always, even if it's not a black cat, it could be a dragonfly, it can be a butterfly. The other day I took Darla out and a couple butterflies landed on her. And she was like oblivious to the fact that butterflies landed on her. But to me, I saw that as a message, and I just said, hello, I see you, and thank you. A simple act of recognizing them and saying, thank you, I see you. I think those are your spirit guides. And just the fact that you acknowledge them, I think they'll be very happy and appreciative of that. So call a friend, even if you can't physically go out drinking with them, have a glass of wine and just, chat on the phone. I think that's something that is good for you to do. And then definitely keep an ear out for any messages coming through from your totem animals, your spirit guides, because they always have wonderful messages for you. So that's what I have.
And I was thinking, Bobby, the exact same thing. That's me and Ramon making sure she doesn't singe her outfit.
Oh my
I was
God.
thinking
Are you
that when she
talking
was
about
reading.
this again, Bobby? Because they make fun of me and they say that I'm tooting in the background and I'm not tooting. They're being like typical brothers.
Little boy, yeah,
They're
little,
being
annoying
boys
little
and they're saying
brothers,
I'm
yeah.
doing it. And I'm like, I don't do that. And they're like, yeah, we've heard you. I'm like,
And that's what
that's what friends are
friends are
for.
for. I love that song, yeah.
Listen, don't
Wow.
talk back to your husband.
There you go.
Don't talk back
Butterflies
to your don't talk back to your husband, Bobby.
aren't always butterflies. Oh, well, mine with the
Yeah,
rebirth had a
butterflies aren't
moth
always
on it,
butterflies. That's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's about shedding that cocoon and coming out and emerging as something new for the rebirth.
correct.
So.
Even for me, last week I had these crazy. So the one day I had an owl feather. The next day, another owl feather. 2 days after that, a crow feather. So I had 3 feathers in 4 days in my path, 2 owls and 1 crow. And I even told Bobby and Ramon, I'm like, this is us. Me and Ramon are the owl feathers. Oh, chingo.
Oh my
And then
God.
Bobby was the crow feather.
Yeah.
But
Shake your tail feathers. There you go.
that's
And
right.
and Tarot Active said, I made a video last month of a dragonfly that landed on me and went on my finger, and I was able to
Yeah.
record it because he stayed on it. That's amazing.
Isn't that beautiful? Like when you get those types of messages and those types of, they're not just regular animals. Like the fact that you notice them and you send something different with them. That's pretty. What kind of feathers were they? Do you know?
Yeah, I've got, I think I have a crow. I think I have a raven.
Mm-hmm.
The crows are more in our area here where we were before. It's rare that I hear a raven, but I have 2 feathers and a couple. We have different blue jays here. One's like an all dark blue,
I
black,
have
like
a
indigo
yeah.
color.
I
They're
found a blue jay feather the
gorgeous.
other day too. When I was
Very beautiful.
foraging, when I was coming across.
Oh, Bobby. Ah. She's giving you
I'm gonna
that
take
look.
away
She's
your
like, I'm
allowance,
seeing.
Bobby. I'm taking away your allowance. That's it.
Yep. No more for you. 2 dove and a blue
I'm
jay.
taking away your allowance.
Yeah. So
Table.
everybody, thank you for joining Celina and I. And Celina, thank you for hanging out with me. I
You're
appreciate that. It's been
welcome.
so nice to see you again.
Nice
It's
to
been a
see you
while.
too.
And really quick, you have a couple videos, recorded videos that you're releasing. And do you have
Yeah.
any lives besides coming up with Bobby next Thursday?
I
Anything
don't
else
have
planned?
any. I have a live that's coming up. That's still in the works. I have a recorded. There's something coming up. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm
Something
gonna start
coming
doing
up?
my own
Okay.
series of stuff and talking to people.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
So
And so anything. My husband. But I have a couple things in the works that's kind of not fully out yet, but it's kind of there.
Bobby's
And
okay.
then again, I mentioned on the 27th, Star and I, the Wild Witch, we're going to meet up and go to a witchy market, another one in Pittsburgh. So that's going to be very fun. And I'll vlog that as well. Hopefully, Tom and I can get together and we can go and talk about the Baphomet deck and, talk about the images and show it, collectively on the show, like on a live together. So, has an early ritual collab coming soon. Yeah.
Coming
So I think
soon
that'll
to
be
a
fun to
tarot
do
tube
that.
near
And
you.
then I have a lot of unboxings to do. So I'm busy with unboxings. Like Rochelle's 2 decks just came in the mail. I have the Daniel Martinez. I have 2 of his decks. Um, I got another book that I'm doing. So
Ooh, I might come for that because I'm getting back into practice
hey,
and
we haven't even
theory and
discussed
stuff.
this, Bobby. You just blurted out we're doing a discussing witchcraft on a budget.
I didn't see that. Did you?
I'm just messing with them.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So make sure you subscribe to Celina, Bobby's channel. Everybody who has a channel in here, please subscribe to them. We have such a big, beautiful, large community, and it's constantly growing. And
And there's
we
constantly
appreciate
new decks
others.
coming out.
Yes,
There's
Tom
so
has
many
never
new
asked to
creators and new
collaborate with
decks,
me.
and yeah,
And he
I'm
said, I
excited.
said maybe.
Ah,
So,
and then oh, the cards were cool for the Alcento Tarot. So it's Michael J. Auger. The Alcento Tarot is about 100 cards. It's a US Games deck. And
mm,
he has a combination of not only the major and minor arcana together, there's a couple other that were like triumph cards that were missing, as well as the zodiac, but he also has Ophiuchus, so he has a 13th zodiac in there. And it's a phenomenal deck. And not only that, Michael J. Alger has his own little series where he's putting out almost, I feel like it's weekly, like talking about, right now he's going through the major arcana cards and going through them. But he's just an incredibly nice person to talk to. Just I love when I'm speaking to a creator, a deck creator, and they're very nice and they want to, they're just as excited about their deck as we are, and they're so thankful and appreciative that we appreciate their artwork. Hmm. He has
that's
like
new
the
to me.
serpent bearer. He has a
He
phenomenal
does.
deck, but it's
Wow.
called the Alcento Tarot, Allecento. Very very cool deck. 100 cards. So it's like
Wow.
you almost don't even really need like an oracle deck to go with it because you have 100 cards there.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
Wow.
but he has phenomenal images. They're like very
Well,
cartoony-ish, but they're so cool. Like the death card looks like Lydia Dietz from Beetlejuice, like the cartoon version. And that's like my favorite. I love that card. It's my favorite card.
so lots of cards, so many
Yeah,
decks, so little time.
I
So
know.
everybody make sure again, subscribe to Rochelle, to Bobby, to Celina. They're always doing flip through. So is Carolina,
Hmm.
um, Aquarius Tarot Adventures. She's been doing unboxing. So anyone wants to see what's up and coming and what's new, be sure to subscribe and hit those channels. And again, we hope everybody has a great weekend. Thank you again for joining Celina and I.
Yeah,
And
thank
thank
you
you again
guys.
too, my dear. And we'll see you on the next show. Bye, everybody.
Bye guys.
Have a good night.
Good night.